What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. The Devil's Lair has returned as this week's featured Grandmaster Nightfall, and today we'll be breaking down this Grandmaster and covering everything you need to know so that you can quickly and easily clear through this Nightfall on your journey to complete your Conqueror titles, or just to farm out ADEPT drops of the Buzzard sidearm. While it's not the hardest Grandmaster to complete, it does pose its own unique challenges that can make it quite difficult. Devil's Lair pins you up against Hive and Fallen forces. There will be 4 barrier champions and 15 overload champions scattered throughout this Grandmaster. Your enemies will receive an increase in arc damage, which will make the Vandal snipers very deadly, so you will need to be sure you're utilizing arc and sniper resistance mods. You will receive an increase towards arc and strand damage, with linear fusion rifles getting overcharged as well. In terms of subclass options for Devil's Lair, strand, arc, and stasis are going to be the most beneficial, except for hunters, as the ability to go invisible can come in clutch with any Grandmaster. Since heavy ammo economy can be a big factor, the use of Aeons or the Cenotaph mask will be an extremely valuable addition to your team. Strand suspensions will be very effective against the champions and will help keep the waves of adds at bay. To the same effect, stasis can do the same, but I would strongly advise against mixing the two together, as they can create issues when stunning champions. With champions in mind, you'll find great success out of the Wishender this week, but I found it to be a better option to run Le Monarch, since there are far more overload champions than there are barrier. With that being said, Divinity and Thunderlord can both be extremely powerful exotics to use against those overloads this week. The Briggs, the Spider Walker, and the final boss as well. The Centrifuge and Quicksilver Storm can also be extremely beneficial in this Grandmaster, and since linear fusion rifles get overcharged, the Arbalist can make for a fantastic choice. Legendary trace rifles can come in handy as well, since they get the nod towards stunning overloads, and if possible, a wave frame grenade launcher with disorienting rounds can be very effective at keeping your enemies immobilized. When this strike begins, you'll want to immediately cut to your far left and circle around all of the enemies in this public area. Follow along the wall side and make your way past the overload champion. You can stop and kill this champion for extra revives, but it's not going to remove your platinum status for skipping him. As you make your way through the first few sections of the Devil's Lair, you'll be confronted with barrier knights and an overload captain before you get to a large open room with a ton of Hive and fallen enemies that are already duking it out. As you clear out this first group, be sure to watch out for the snipers in the back. Once you've cleared out those guys, you'll get to defend yourself against 3 separate waves of enemies, while Ghost attempts to deactivate security protocol. While Ghost is doing his thing, we're going to head to the far right, towards the back of this room, where the train wreckage is, and we're going to stay back here until Ghost is done. By staying back in this area, you force the enemies to funnel down the hallway in front of you, allowing you to focus your fire more directly, and it reduces your enemy's ability to flank you. Just play defensively and use the train wreckage as cover while you take on each of the 3 waves of enemies. Once Ghost has deactivated the security protocol, you'll be free to move forward to the next big area. I would consider this to be the most dangerous and most time-consuming area of this strike, because you'll be completely outdoors with minimal cover and an abundance of snipers trying to get a better angle on you. You'll first want to focus on the Servitor and Vandals that are directly ahead of you as you come out of the building. Watch out for the snipers that are towards the back and to the far left. Once those are down, clear out the enemies in the far left shed. Then you should be cleared to start picking off the Briggs, Champions, and Fallen Walker one by one. The big building in the center can offer you with a great advantage against the snipers and big Fallen Walker, but I would avoid jumping up there until after the Fallen Skiffs have come and gone and the Briggs have been defeated. As you clear through these enemies, you'll want to slowly make your way towards the far back right area where the crumbling building structures are. After the Walker has been defeated, this area will provide a much better advantage against the final overload overload champions, and any of the ads that are still scurrying around. And next we have the final boss room, a big servitor who will shield himself with tiny servitors, all while you are fighting off a ton of explodable shanks and overload captains. Your best bet is to hunker down in the small room that's to the left. Some of the ads can push up into the door, but for the most part, you'll find this to be a very safe space during this encounter. If anything does push too far into the room, you can always use the steps to run back to, but otherwise, you should be in a good position to clear out all the rank and file enemies and champions while in this room. Then move out to the main area when dealing damage to the boss. Even playing passively throughout this entire Grandmaster, you should still be able to clear it in under 20 minutes by utilizing the methods that we've covered today, which will in turn provide you with a ton of exotics, Ascendant shards, and tons of Adept drops of the Buzzard sidearm, since this week offers double Nightfall rewards. And with that, we've covered everything that you need to know to be able to quickly and easily clear through the Devil's Lair on Grandmaster difficulty in Season of the Deep. I wish you all the best of luck throughout this week and throughout the rest of this season. Let me know how your runs are going in the comments down below, and let me know what loadout you decided on. Thank you as always for checking out the video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated, and both really do help support the channel. And if you're a new Light Guardian, just starting your journey, or a battle-hardened veteran, just looking for a new home, then be sure to check out the Discord link in the description below, and join one of the greatest communities in all of Destiny. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.